Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Rogue Legacy. So, if you didn't watch the last episode, it was one of those episodes, I hate to say this about my own content, but being objective, I think you didn't really miss that much. Except, well, you know, for the first 7 minutes where I did beat the third boss. So I guess in hindsight, it actually is pretty important. The remaining 23 minutes, though, after that point, were merely, basically, me farming up some gold and getting some extra levels. Now, are we a Hokage here? What class are we? I've totally forgotten. We're a miner. Okay, so I should be focusing on probably farming gold by this point. But let's look for the Land of Darkness regardless, because, you know, we can get some extra equipment there and make some good stuff happen. So, we're around level 74. I've said this many times, but when I was talking to Omrecker, I know that he was around level 80 when he started taking on the final boss. So by this point, we should be at the very least trying to get to the Land of Darkness, or trying to gain the couple extra levels necessary to get to the boss of the Land of Darkness, because it has been kind of a tricky road so far. Part of it is just learning enemy patterns, but in any case, I just wanted to get that treasure chest there before we got the journal entry. Actually, there is another treasure chest down at the bottom, which is basically just free gold. Fantastic. This is why I take the miner. Don't take that out of context, please. Alright, let's see what we have here in our journal entry. I remember being a famous adventurer. My martial prowess surpassed all of my brothers, that I am sure of. While they spent their days buried in bookish studies, I was out killing brigands and monsters. I always wondered why my father favored them over me. Isn't it always the opposite in fairy tales? Fortune favors the bold, not the insipid intellectual, or something like that. Man, I would love to see my brothers try to outthink my sword in their face. I've never had siblings, but I would not be surprised maybe if that is a common sentiment. Stupid smart brother getting all of dad's love. Who doesn't relate to that? Anyway, we are just going to amass some gold and also look for the Land of Darkness. Hey, we found the Land of Darkness. I expect... Oh my god, we're starting with shiny ponytails right off the bat? Really? I'm expecting that we'll probably die pretty quickly. We lost like half of our gold, or half of our life. Not half of our gold, that'd be terrible. Just from the very start here, by taking one hit of damage. So I really need to rely on these guys to die and drop a lot of gold in order to at least give us the amount of gold necessary to get one level. Please tell me this guy cannot jump over. Oh, it was real close. Okay, so we're just going to make our way up through here. There could be a lot of extra gold. I am now safe from this the spiky things, I think. And 1,164 gold is not a ton, but it is enough to hopefully save us, you know, make this run worthwhile. Oh, and we do have this guy who will probably end up giving us at least a couple of hundred, even though I'll probably lose here. So what are you saying to me this time? You get one shot, but it's free of charge. If you succeed, I'll give you a nice reward. You get 5 axes to destroy as many targets as possible. God damn you, my friend. Okay, I'm gonna try something different this time. We're gonna hover in place, like here, but like a little bit above normal level. Okay, that looked pretty good. Let's try exactly the same thing here. Bounce, and then sit. I want to do it a little lower, actually, like that. Okay, and then you throw that. That looked all right. And then I think we want to do like a and then a jump, and then a and that was worse, I would say. On this one, this is a good question. I want to hit as many of these guys as possible. Maybe something like this. Oh, that was so bad. I only hit 2 targets. Fuck it. Cross the plane. I left like 20 targets up that time. 19. 400 gold. I mean, that's still good. That was bad play, though. That was the first time I think I'd ever come close, even, to making that happen. So, you know, it was really close to probably being our death there. Progress has been made. That being said, wasn't necessarily good progress. I don't even know what I can do about these jerkwads down here, so I guess I'll just come back this way instead. There's a lot of asshole enemies down here that scare the shit out, including the same bullshit we were dealing with momentarily, or moments ago, I should say. I don't want to come back this way, but we have to go back this way now, because I'm a fool. Now, I don't even know how we're gonna, because one of these hits will kill me. Is there a way I could, I can't even go that way, as we've covered many times. I would say our life here is probably coming to an end. So, you just, okay, I tried. I was dodging the shots. I played Super Mario World a couple times. I understand how to get him in and out of those spinning, spiky things. We have a miner, a barbarian king, and a barbarian king. I don't like farsighted. I don't like farsighted, so I guess we were going with this barbarian king. And with 1,600 gold, why don't we upgrade our health and then move onwards a little bit here. Again, the gold farming gear would probably pay for itself so quickly, but for whatever reason, I can't convince myself to buy it. So again, this is going to be a half farming, half looking for the boss room run. I don't think we are even close to being ready to taking out the level 4 boss, the Land of Darkness boss. Oh, we can use our new tactic now. There's nothing up here. Oh, that one's going to explode, actually. It's the first time I think I've seen an angry one over the course of this series so far, but I saw several in the beta. There we go, that worked. Maybe it wasn't going to explode. Some of those do explode, I promise you, and I'm so used to seeing fucking mimics that now I have to attack every single chest. But anyway, yeah, we might be at the point where maybe as a Hokage or a really well done Knave run or a good Barbarian King or Paladin run, we might stand a chance at taking out the boss. But I've never fought the boss before, so especially not knowing his patterns probably puts me at a significant disadvantage. But I do think we're getting close to being at the point where we can fight the final boss in Rogue Legacy, which is pretty exciting, you know? It's the kind of game where it doesn't kind of engender the same sense of accomplishment as beating something like Spelunky, which is entirely based on your own skill as opposed to grinding some upgrades. That being said, that doesn't necessarily devalue the experience enough that I'm not going to enjoy beating the game when it actually comes to that. So I don't want to send the message that like, oh, you know, Rogue Legacy isn't satisfying to play. I definitely don't feel that. I just, you know, it's not necessarily the same kind of feeling as overcoming all of these myriad obstacles to eventually make it to the end of an insurmountable game. This is the kind of game where I feel like if you just played enough of it, you know, the success is almost not inevitable, I guess would be the way I would put it. So success is almost inevitable if you played enough of it. Not just so that you can get extra grinding abilities, of course, but also so that you can get, or not just so you can get extra upgrades by way of grinding. Sorry, what I meant to say there. Apologies for my distractedness here, but also so that you can, you know, get your skills up as well. So, one more of these dudes dead should represent the end of this room. Fairy chest, I expect, is just going to give us gold. Oh, it actually gave us a rune. I thought we already had all the runes. And this is great because if we get the haste rune, reach me in time, I don't have the haste rune. Oh man, we got there just in time, and we got a vampire rune for our bracers, so that's some more lifesteal if we can afford to get rid of the existing rune in our bracers. I guess we could tailor our run, you know, towards lifesteal without just using lifesteal equipment, so I'm amazed that we actually managed to make that work. That was really, really close. Quick thinking, shall we say. But anyway, let's make our way up over here. We might be going to the forest by accident. This time, it is not ignorance or malice that is causing me to possibly go to the forest. It is actually just kind of a confusing layout. Actually, this does appear to be, this is our boss room for this level, but on the way down, we might actually find the Land of Darkness directly beneath us, which is kind of awesome. Well, no. But there is a treasure chest. So that's awesome as well. That'll give us a ton of money. And all of these runs, you know, they're starting to become more and more lucrative on a regular basis, I would say. This is unfortunately a dead end for us downwards, which is not something I'm excited about. We should probably upgrade our equipment at some point soon. I've been focusing primarily on getting those upgrades in the form of, you know, passive upgrades, essentially, because that's the way I play, like, every RPG and, you know, dungeon crawler that I play. Whenever I have the chance to pick an upgrade, I'm always the boring dude that's like, +2 critical % chance, instead of like, howl of demons, this you shout and the hand from below pulls in all of your enemies and sunders them limb from limb. I'm always like, +1% lifesteal. Like, that's how I play these games. And, you know, oftentimes, it's boring maybe to some people, but it ends up benefiting you in the long run, and also turns these games into kind of a meditative experience where, you know, you just, instead of, you know, being like, oh, you gotta use your special skill on this guy at exactly the right time, you're just like, hold down the right mouse button. All right, listen to some music. This is a good way to spend my afternoon. I don't know why that is, like, always the stupid guy voice. I apologize if anyone out there actually sounds like that. Spoilers, nobody out there actually sounds like that. Let's just keep coming up here. And, you know, I'm looking for the boss, but for no reason. Like, I'm looking for the boss, mostly, I guess, so that I can get a teleporter back to the manor, and then we'll take a second pass at trying to figure out where the F this Land of Darkness is. Because, like I said, this time, I ended up going to the forest entirely by accident. This is not me trying to come here to farm or anything like that. It was not a conscious effort. It was instead just me thinking that this was the Land of Darkness, and unfortunately being wrong. But on the bright side, amassing some pretty decent gold here regardless. This tall guard will eventually die, so I can get access to probably, I was going to say 0 gold, but there's actually like 50 or 60 gold over there. We got some pots as well, and some HP, and we are a Barbarian King, so we have a ton of advantages with respect to our HP right now. We are on the Maya as well, so you know what, why not clear this out and farm up a little bit? Looking like this is going to be primarily a farming run, not that there's anything wrong with that. And again, you know, the same thing applies. If we find our boss room, we will take the, oh, careful. We will take the teleporter right back to the forest and, right back to the manor, at which point we will pick up some delicious items and hopefully find the Land of Darkness as well. I hate the Doom trits, man. The Doomscapes that you fight on the first levels are not so bad. The Doom trits are real pains in the D. where it is so cold, and how the fuck do we supposed to keep peace, etc., etc. Oh, yeah, so we got a new special thing here. I just want to make sure it's not going to kill us, because the portrait did kill us once. Q, development time 1 month. Our 4th project after Tribal Tallies took a few months off from making games and just focused on our full-time jobs. We got angsty again, so we decided to make a puzzle game. At this point, most of the original founders of Celador Games left to pursue other opportunities, and the unwanted remnants are what compose the company today. The game used a queuing combo mechanism to force players to think about how the tiles would fall in order to build massive combos. We made it free, but nobody picked it up either. After the failures of Band of Bears, Tribal Tallies, and Q, we prepped ourselves to pack it in and close the company. Well, thankfully, that is not the end of the Celador game story. Thankfully for both, you know, them and us, for obvious reasons, I think. So I'm taking probably way too much damage. We are at the borderline, I would say, of, ooh, an extra boss here, which might allow us, that doesn't block that, I guess, which might allow us to get some kind of upgrade. Oh, I didn't realize that he does like a second attack after that. We got him trapped! We got some criticals in there as well. I don't think we could possibly die here. I mean, we could. It's literally possible that we could die here. It's just kind of unlikely. All right, that actually did a lot of damage to him. All right, so he's going to go to town here. We're also going to go to town. Okay, be a little cautious. Blade wall, I think, is a good idea in this situation. Ah, I knew it was going to happen. We're actually pretty close to death. I'm a little scared. We're one hit away, I would say. Okay, we did manage to kill him, and we've at least unlocked something on this run. The recipe for the Ranger's Sword, which again, I believe is focused around increasing HP. I'm not sure though. Wow, I'm glad I did that. There's an extra 100 gold. I mean, 100 gold not always that important, because oftentimes we do just like, you know, I leave 100 gold, I guess. But I'm glad that we got it regardless. There's our teleporter, so we could, if we wanted to, just teleport back to the manor. It hasn't quite been our most financially successful run yet, but it's been good. If I can get some more HP, I would be a very happy man. Why don't we kind of go through here as fast as we can? We can always go back to that teleporter if necessary. Okay, now I regret this decision immensely. I mean, the thing is, oh, there's a treasure chest here. Let's try to get it. Oh, I fell in the doom tree. Just open it up and leave. Okay, tons of gold. We're gonna die, but we at least got that last thing, and we'll just hover out of here. See you later, fuckers. And with 4,042 gold, I think it's in our best interest to go back to the start of the manor here, and we might have a chance in hell, basically, of getting enough HP back by farming these easy enemies. But keep in mind that a single enemy will kill me right now, even the most basic enemy in the game, and even with, you know, any armor bonuses that we have, and the fact that we're at a very advanced level here, at least for this part in the game, means that we're still gonna die, because we only have 8 HP. That's very little, in case you are not a Rogue Legacy player. Oh, that was real close. Extra gold? Extra gold! Alright, for my troubles there. Good, and we are, again, back into the era of one-shotting enemies, which is awesome. I wish I could one-shot these enemies into giving me a delicious leg of chicken Leroy Jenkins style, though. I almost got hit there. No questions asked. Take no damage. Maybe next time? Hey, free gold here as well. Let's see what this guy's got for me. Is it the axes again? Because I feel like I got kind of close last time before fucking it up. 10 daggers to destroy 8 targets. Give it a try. Okay. The good news is, we actually can hover now. That's good. Let's try this again. Oh, that was... I can only miss twice. I've got to really pick my shots here. That's not going to do it. Oh, okay, so I can't miss anymore. And I did. So let's just start spamming shots. And of course, my spam is now working out substantially better for me. You know what? I think I could just learn the timing of this. It's like those things that go back in the Super Stacker games that you play at like a bowling alley or an arcade. Wow, I'm bad. 40 gold. That's nice. Yep, that is, how much did we make? Very little, is the polite way to put it, I guess. Well, let's do it, guys. Here we go. It's real scary. Ah, yep, I took a wrong turn there, and that basically sunk my chances and also killed me. But hey, 4,200 gold, that's really good. So let's choose our heir, Archmage, Barbarian King, Hokage. Good. She's a Hokage. The New Yorker, yes, the New Yorker. Okay, so with this amount of gold, why don't we get, yeah, okay, let's just get one upgrade and maybe a cheap upgrade like critical hit or critical damage up. 1,600 gold might not be enough to buy what I want to buy, unfortunately. I'm just looking at what we got. We got the Ranger Sword, which is actually extra damage in this situation, but we don't have the weight necessary to carry it. Do we have anything else new? Yes, we have a Ranger Cape, which gives us... Oh, actually, it gives us critical chance. I would actually like that a lot. There's no other negatives to it, so we should upgrade our equipment burden next, I guess. Let's check out these runes, because we do have some lifesteal runes now, I think for our cape. Wait, there's a haste rune for our cape, and also a gold rune. There's a blood rune, which I actually... Yes, I would rather have this. But we could get... let me think about this. I think I want the haste rune, because we lost the haste rune, but also the lifesteal would be pretty important. So let's, for now, on this one, we'll get the haste rune. On the next one, or the next time we buy a rune, we will get our blood rune back. So we're playing as the Hokage this time. I do believe that this gives us a reasonable chance to actually make some good progress in the Land of Darkness. Now, of course, we have to find the Land of Darkness first, which is not always the easiest thing to do. We can do this. There we go. That was kind of close. And you know what? The reason we could do that probably comes down to the haste rune, so I'm pleased with that. Now, we do get extra gold. Is that... Oh, no, I picked up the haste rune instead of the gold farming rune. Okay, that's fine. We want to get that as well, of course. And we should have gotten it a long time ago, because it would have paid for itself so quickly. But, you know, what can I say? I'm not always the greatest long-term thinker. We are picking up MP after every kill. Why is that? It must be because of one of our runes that we have equipped. Or maybe our item? I don't know. That was really close. In fact, I saw, like, the the fire actually, like, overlap with me. And I was very confident that we were going to take some damage there, but... Okay, that was kind of close. Fuck that. Land of Darkness right away. I probably should not be taking these, but this is okay. We found where we want to be. And immediately get hit by, like, one of the worst rooms I could possibly imagine. We are doing a ton of damage to enemies. Let's just skip that room for now. Oh! I should have jumped a little faster, but that's okay. We picked up a recipe. We are almost dead. Sky Helm is good. Depending on which classes we get, we might actually want to use the Architect just to keep this layout, because we have found the areas so quickly. And if I get another, like, Hokage, oh, it was real close. If I get another Hokage, that would be beautiful. Of course, I'm just juggling these. Okay, I don't understand how you propelled yourself in midair, motherfucker. That hardly seems fair, does it? Now, the fire cannot go through the ground. That was the most important thing for me to learn there. But it can do that. Okay, so that's okay, because that one enemy has been killed. I may have missed out on the gold, but at least I didn't take any damage. We almost got hit by some Ninpo shurikens there. He is dead, and we actually managed to pick up some turkey legs as well. Okay, be cautious, and maybe just abandon this room altogether. I don't want to deal with this room. Alright, there's no way I was going to get out of that without taking some damage at some point, I guess. So just, again, juggle them. You can do it. This is actually surprisingly easy, honestly. Can you please jump back up and I will destroy you? Thank you very much. Okay, so he's created some fire. I don't mind those enemies. They're kind of annoying, I guess, because you have to focus on them for a long period of time. That's okay, though. We are probably one hit away from death, and we did not amass nearly as much gold as I would have liked. Shit happens, though. Those shots do go through the ground, which pisses me off. Luckily, we killed him in one hit. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen. That was kind of a gamble that we took there. It's okay, though. I don't know why I just felt like this was going to be a fairy chest room. So I'm actually going to skip over that one because I don't have much confidence that we're going to be able to succeed. Hey! We are at 26 health. I don't have much confidence that we're going to be able to succeed on these rooms either. But, you know, at least, you know, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't sometimes. One more hit and he'll be dead. And he didn't drop any gold for us, which is actually really unfortunate. What is our magical ability? I haven't even looked. It's a blade wall, which I don't really like. We'll skip that room because it doesn't appear that there's anything of value to us there. What about this one down here? We can get some daggers, but mostly I was hoping that these actually gave us some... you know, we will take the daggers. Mostly I was hoping that there was a potion in here, or a turkey leg, because that would have maybe given us the chance to survive a little bit longer. We can just get out of this room without killing anything. I realize this defies the purposes of being here, because I should be farming right now, but I also want to make sure that I'm, you know, capable of surviving. That's a big factor in my success here. So why don't we just hang out, basically. We do have the boss room. I might grind some attempts to get against the boss, but I don't think that's the smartest idea right now. Why don't we read this journal entry instead? What if years have passed since I first entered these walls? Is it true that I am becoming more proficient in clearing monsters, but it feels like an age has passed? I have even forgotten what my own kin look like. What if they think I have failed? What if one of my brothers has beaten me to the cure? And what if I mistook them for a monster? No, John, you are the monsters. I told you it was going to happen. And we continue to descend here. I don't know where the... oh, we have to be dwarfish to fit in through here, unfortunately, because there's a treasure chest. I guess we've reached the bottom of the castle for the first time ever, which is kind of exciting. I guess depending on your definition of excitement. There's a treasure chest somewhere to be gotten. This scares me. Oh, yep, I probably should not have just stood still while that thing hit me. But now, you know, we're not going to get... did we get enough gold to do much? We have a Minor, a Hokage, and a Hokage. IBS and Baldness, Sights, and nothing. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Why don't we take this guy? 1,114... Can't really get anything with that, so I'm thinking that it might be in our best interest to just... Unless I can get this thing at the top. No, I cannot. Can I get this? No. Can I get this? No. Let's upgrade our magic damage, because why not? What's this thing at the bottom? Gold gain up. Oh, I really should have invested in that early. We will pay our architect here, and you know what? Why don't we fight our boss just to see how we stack up with him right now? It's likely that the Hokage is going to be my best chance. And we'll see if he has, you know, like he spawns enemies along with him, because if he does, then... we will maybe want to go with some blood, or, you know, blood gear, like lifesteal gear. But for now, let's just take a look at who this boss actually is. Okay, it's going to be one of these enormous, like, Blastocyst fuckers. Which is good, because I just recently said, you know, I'm glad that we'll be able to, or not good. Oh, God. I said I like the enemies, I guess is what I said. But again, I apologize for my distractedness. This is kind of hard to focus on what's going on here. I don't think he's going to be that much more difficult than the previous bosses we fought, honestly. Now, OCD is looking like it would be an enormous benefit on this boss fight. This boss is level 88, so if that gives us a reasonable approximation of where we should be, that's alright. Lifesteal gear seems like a no fucking brainer here. If we can get lifesteal gear, we'll be able to get so much health back from these guys. Like, lifesteal gear plus being a Hokage would give us an enormous benefit. I don't even know how many of these fucking things are left, but... seems like we're doing pretty well, if you ask me. Kind of a cool boss fight, though. It's like a Blastocyst from the Binding of Isaac, but on steroids. It's the Citizen Kane of the Binding of Isaac, Blastocyst on steroids boss fights. We're one hit away from death. There it has happened, but I'm pleased with that nonetheless. So we didn't amass like any gold. We have an Assassin and a Minor and a Barbarian King. Let's try the Barbarian King in this situation. And obviously we don't have very much gold, but we'll deck him out with some lifesteal gear. It's going to cost us... a little bit of health, decent amount of damage, but could be worth a lot. We have all, like, okay, the helmet will cost us a ton. Chest plate is good. It's going to cost us a lot of health, but that's okay. What about the bracers? We don't need all lifesteal gear, I guess. 430 health I'm comfortable with. So again, we'll just pay the architect and we'll try this, and if we fail it again, then I think we're kind of at the point where, maybe I should grind out a little bit more before we go back into this boss fight. But the fact that at least, it seemed like I was doing decently against him, gives me a little bit of hope that we'll be on to the final boss of Rogue Legacy pretty soon. Not that that is necessarily going to be the end of the series, but, you know, it gives me some hope that we might be able to see the first ending, or maybe the only ending, I don't know, actually, very quickly. So, fire some axes in here in the hopes that they will do some damage. The main asset, I guess, on this boss fight would be, a character that has PAD, you know, the ability that, and actually being gigantic might actually help here too. But, yes, the ability that gives us, the inability to, trigger those, spike traps would be fantastic. So, I would not say necessarily lifesteal has done that well for us here, but that could also be because we're playing as a Barbarian King who is, you know, oh, that was really bad, tanky versus, having great critical hit chances. Also, it might be because you don't actually get lifesteal until you actually kill, like, the small one. Instead of, what my perspective which was that you get it, for killing, or just for breaking it up, basically. That's okay, though. For now, it's all good. I hate that these wizards get created every single time. That's a real pain in the ass. And I'm trying to see if we get lifesteal back for breaking those dudes up, but I don't think we do. And I don't think we're that far away from being able to win this boss fight, honestly. I think I just need the kind of the, you know, our tolerance is not very good. We're going to need to get luckier than usual, or get exactly the right form of, like, characteristics. But I don't think it's out of the question that we could beat it at our current level, especially considering you get gold for the boss fight. That's actually a really nice bonus, which means that we don't necessarily have to grind as much. I don't believe that lifesteal is doing anything for us, though. So lifesteal gear is a mistake in this situation, I think. Much better off. I mean, you still get a little bit back when you kill those wizards, and that might make a difference if you're playing as a Hokage, but for us currently, it hasn't really made a big difference. So there's still a lot of dudes left here, no question. In fact, you might not even get lifesteal back until you kill the entire boss, which is kind of crazy to me. Because I've been killing the smaller ones. I can't tell if it's making the difference, though. Yep, I've died. I actually did. It did give me some lifesteal, but this is not where we want to be. We might end the episode here, but I just want to see what we have. A Paladin, an Archmage, and an Archmage. Let's try one more with the Paladin, because he has PAD. And we shouldn't be able to upgrade anything, but we're going to deck ourselves out in kind of tanky gear again. What was the sword we were using? Is this one? We should really get this one that gives us extra damage, but anyway. So we'll use the silver sword, the helmet that we had before, which was, I guess it was the Ranger helm. And we did have the sky chest, I thought, and bracers, we stuck with the ones that we already had, and the cape, we stuck with the one we already had. So this is the gear that we were using before, and we'll use the Architect one last time. I don't necessarily think it's likely that we'll be able to beat the boss on this run, but we're just going to try it out with PAD to see if that makes it a little bit better. Remember, you know, as the Paladin, we do decent damage, so we might have a chance, and we can block all incoming damage, but it's not probably going to be a strategy that I'm going to focus on. So let's just try this one more time. We might get lucky, we might get unlucky, you never know. We're up all night to get unlucky. Story of my life. Looking like a fuzzy Herodotus here. Oh, that was a bad start, shall we say. So it's taking me like 3 shots to knock the big dude down. If only there was some friendly fire here. Now, I think from a tactical standpoint, probably the best way to handle this fight is not the way I'm doing it. Like, it's probably in your best interest to try to destroy the sorcerers as soon as they come out, rather than just mashing the X button on the controller to try to, you know, get these guys to spread out as soon as possible. I should handle it in the same way that I handled the, like, Fistula boss fight, you know, which is focus on taking out one Fistula part before the others so that the playing field doesn't get that crowded. That being said, so far so okay. I would love it if some of these... We have PAD, so we can safely fight down here without actually incurring risk to ourselves, which is amazing, actually. Because previously that was one of the big piss-offs, is that I couldn't really fight down here for fear of getting myself killed. That being said, I don't really want to be here. If he hadn't hit me out of the air, we would have been in an okay position. Now, I don't know how the sights are going to work for us here. But PAD seems to be a huge bonus for this boss fight. I just got to scratch my nose, actually. I apologize for that, but I didn't want it to be a distraction later. I can't... The problem is that these fuckers jump under you. Now, we are at about half health remaining. The difficult thing about this boss fight is I have no idea how much health, technically, or how close we are to finishing off the boss fight. I was going to say how much health the boss has remaining, but that's not really an effective way to think about it either, I think. So I think it's best for me to stay on... If I have PAD anyway, it's best for me to stay on the bottom. But I can't really do that most of the time. That being said, this is going alright so far. The reason I want to stay on the bottom, obviously, is because when I go up, the enemies can hit me from above, which is really damaging. But if I just do stick around like this, I can actually make some better things happen consistently. I can't believe that they jumped far enough to hit me there. High enough, I believe. Far enough. No effing way. We are now probably 2 hits away from death. Is it possible for us to kill the boss on this run? I don't think it's impossible. Maybe a little Kim possible, but we are actually farming pretty well too. And the level is definitely, from a crowd control standpoint, it's cleared up a lot. It's possible we might beat our boss here. We only have one of these things remaining. Holy shit, I did not expect one episode to get from the end of the 3rd world to the end of the 4th world. Now, we are only level 78, which is a little lower than I had originally anticipated. So it just goes to show you, if you're trying to get through this yourself, you know, not to toot my own horn, I'm not saying I play particularly well. The real answer just seems to be PAD. That's probably your best advice. And now we've reached the final boss of Rogue Legacy, I think so, or at least we've reached the final area. So why don't we take this, you know, extra potion that we've gotten here. And, at this point, is there any way... There's a treasure chest on this room. I realize everyone wants me to go back, probably. They're like, go back, and see what's behind the door. Maybe we'll save that for the next episode. What can I say? I'm a great salesman. I just want to get this treasure chest in case, yes, there is a recipe in there for the Imperial Helm. That might be a piece of equipment that might help us out a great deal. Yeah, you know, why don't we save that reveal for the next episode? You know, it's an inconvenience for myself as well, because I want to see what it is. But in any case, for now... Sir Judson II was done in by a projectile with 4,000 gold. Oh, we are definitely playing as Big Hokage. Yes, because she has PAD as well. We need to upgrade our equipment load, which I'm not pleased about. But that might allow us to now buy one more piece of equipment here that is beneficial. So do we have the gold for this? Yes, that would be plus 12 armor, which is awesome. But let's see if we have anything better. Imperial Helm is plus 25 mana, plus 20 weight, plus 5 mana, plus 18 armor. That's really good. Plus 30 mana. But it would take off a lot of our health if we did that. So what about bracers? Those are super expensive. Plus 26 magic, but minus armor. Sky limbs give us more magic, and capes don't really... Oh, the ranger cape, doesn't that give us something? Oh, plus 4% critical chance and plus 15% critical damage. I like that, but what is... And apart from that, it's exactly the same. It gives us plus 1 siphon. I think that's what's giving us our MP. Yeah, I like that more. So that's going to ruin our gold there, but that's okay. Let's call it quits for now. I almost did the architect there, but yeah, we're going to see what's behind those doors in the next episode. We've been waiting a long time for it, so as always, thanks for sticking with the series so far, and I will see you guys next time for the big reveal.